Thank you.
God, give me something I can groove to, please. Yes, thank you.
Community group.
Community group. Community group.
We
We moved here about 6 months ago, and we found it was very important to us to find a good church home, and we needed to meet some people and meet some friends so we could get plugged in right away. And we found that the best way to do that was to get involved in the community group. The friendships that we've gained so far in the community group have been invaluable. We've been able to share some of the things that we've been going through. We've been able to pray with some folks. We've been able to connect and get to know some people and get involved right away. Whereas if we had sat back on the sidelines and didn't get involved in the group, we wouldn't have known anybody. We'd come to church and just said hi to people, read their name tags, but not really gotten a chance to know who they are and get to know them. It's helped us to, when we need somebody to pray with, or if we ever encounter a situation where we need some help or some friends, we know that we've established those connections and those friends through the community groups, so that we'll be able to not only be ministered to, but be able to be a blessing to other families as well as their needs arise.
It gives you a foundation of people that you can call when you're in need. It gives you your family, your background, your support system.
I get to meet a lot of people. I know I see people at church and stuff on Sunday, but I really don't get a chance to intervene and get to learn people, as much. And on Wednesday nights, we have such a close group, that people that Todd was talking about today, how you get to know people and learn people, and the more that you learn more about them, the more that you come closer to them. And the great part about our church is that we all, it's like Sam said, we all love each other, And that is one of the special things that I love about our community group, is that we all just come together and we share our stories and, about each other. And everybody always thinks that they're the only ones in certain situations, and then once we all open up and we all share our stories, you realize that you're not the only person, in certain situations. I was lucky enough to have two great leaders, too, Diane Stem and Suzanne Wise. They're probably the most awesome leaders that I've ever had, and they're so loving and comforting, and they make you feel so at ease, just to be able to be yourself. And I think that somebody like me, I need that community group on Wednesday night. It kind of helps me get through the rest of the week. Just going on Wednesday nights and being able to see everybody and, come together and eat and, worship the Lord and, just take pride in each other. I think it's awesome. It helps me get through the week till I get to come back on Sunday.
With us, especially, we're new. We just moved into the area. The military moved us into the area back in September, October, or August, September timeframe. To me, the community group's most important piece is that we get to connect with people at the church. It's so much faster to get to know people. It's great to come to church and everybody's friendly when you're walking in, but you still don't get a chance to really get to know anybody. And the community groups allow us to really get to know people in the church, and then the more people you get to know at the community group, the easier it is to meet more people.
The first day that we went into the community group, we just had some personal stuff, and it was so hard for me to ask for prayer, but when I did, I just remember hearing somebody else pray for our needs and the things that we needed and were important to us was so humbling but so uplifting at the same time. And I just felt like at that moment I knew we could make it. I knew that if we had a strong church behind us and we could meet these wonderful people who are so loving and open up their home, and they were just amazing from the very moment that we walked in, and it felt like these huge arms just enveloping us and loving on us. I'm like a junkie. I would go like every night of the week. If somebody would open their house, I would go to a community group every night because everybody there is so amazing. And so I would say that if you feel like, you're nervous about going, that's normal. You're going to feel a little bit nervous when you walk in, but the amazing feeling, to know that all those people are just there to be there, and they're human, and they make mistakes, and you can just be there together and uplift each other and pray for each other. It's so amazing, and we are so blessed.
There's really so many things that I've really gotten out of it and really enjoyed. I mean, most of all, it's just a lot of fun. You get to develop friendships with the people that you see in worship and might say hello to, but don't really get a chance to talk to. And I think it's so important especially, you know, somebody who's single, doesn't have, you know, a close immediate family right there on a daily basis, to have those friendships with people who share the priority of learning more about God and growing closer in their relationship to Christ. The other thing is just the encouragement of learning, hearing from other people how God is working in their lives, and having the opportunity to share what God is doing in your life. Todd does a great job of coming up with analogies and examples of how we can apply these, but to hear from other people and how they're applying it and how they're learning from it makes a big difference. And again, as a single person, even when you have studies on marriage and parenting, there's ways that those can apply to your friendships and your other relationships. A lot of fun.
Friends.
Great experience.
We all love each other.
Invaluable.
So uplifting.
Share
Let's come together.
Friendships that we've gained.
It's wonderful people.
phenomenal experience.
Special people.
Pray with some folks.
Just amazing.
Gives you a foundation of people,
It's very helpful.
support system.
Loving and comforting.
I would highly recommend it to anybody who's on the fence or thinking about it.